Israel or Palestine?
Hi, I'm Jesi Moyano and welcome to the Pharmacy Planet podcast.
Hi, Jesi. Thank you for coming to the Pharmacy Planet podcast. So when I invited you, Jesi, I had a little bit look at your profile, and you're a busy girl, aren't you? You're
Little bit.
busy. So as well as being a pharmacist, because I had to read, and the reason why I invited you on in the first place is the sheer depth and breadth of the sort of stuff you're doing, which is motorbike presenter, CrossFit presenter, a bit of DJing,
Just
a
on the
bit
side.
of everything. So just tell us a bit about yourself, please, Jesi.
Yeah, so I'm not your typical pharmacist that's there checking prescriptions, old style pharmacist.
Although we do a lot more than that now.
We
Yeah,
do,
okay,
yeah, we do a lot more than that now. So yeah, not your typical pharmacist. I work as a locum pharmacist in hospital and community. So that's how I allow myself for so much flexibility to be able to pick up gigs and then drop them as and when flexible around my work life. So yes, I do. Motorsports presenting is like my main forte.
Okay.
And then branching off that, I also do live sporting events such as CrossFit competitions. So just last year, I presented to a live stream of 85,000 people for this CrossFit competition. And it was a weekend long CrossFit competition called Watsalona, which was super cool. Yeah.
Did you actually do the competition as well?
No,
Right.
it's I couldn't be on the competition floor
Right.
with a microphone and
would've
then
been
doing
cool,
some
yeah.
clean snatches. So
Okay. So let's just step the pharmacy bit first. How did you get into pharmacy? So we'll take each little section a bit at a time, right? So how did you get into pharmacy?
yeah, take it back to the very beginning. I started working in pharmacy when I was 16 years old.
Okay.
So I left school and then I got a job like my parents told me to do.
Okay.
And I worked there for a year, but within 6 months, I'd already completed my dispensing training. I already did my healthcare, and I was like, okay, what do I do next? And then I looked other places where I could go. Okay, I could be a manager. I don't really want to do that. What's a pharmacist doing? I want to do that. They're getting paid more money. And the only difference is that they went to uni.
Okay.
So I then took a step back, and then thankfully I had the help from my sister. She pushed me in the right direction. She was like, you should go to college, get yourself an education. So I did that. And then I actually applied for nutrition. I feel like every pharmacist is always a pharmacist because it's a plan B. Most pharmacists are, and I'm just like advocating
to
to
be doctors or
that.
dentists.
Yeah.
And then had to do pharmacy because they
Yeah.
flunked it.
Yeah.
No, not in my case. But yeah, go.
You chose it for pure passion.
Yeah. 'Cause I love it. Yeah.
So I ended up applying to study nutrition originally, and I missed out on one grade. But because I had so much pharmacy experience, the university contacted me, Keele Uni contacted me through clearing and was like, hey, we see you got all this experience. Do you want to study the M-Pharm? And I was like, wait, the M-Pharm? I thought it was just a sciences degree. So and then I went to uni, did pharmacy school, and went through that way. But I was always working in pharmacy, so I was like the cool kid at uni because I got the job on the campus university.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
right. Okay.
yeah. And that was a high sought out after job by all of the pharmacy students.
The campus university job?
Yeah.
What do you mean, beyond the bar?
No, the pharmacy.
There's a pharmacy on the campus?
Yeah, there was a pharmacy
cool.
on campus.
Right, okay.
So
The bar would have been a more cooler job, no?
yeah, it's not my style. I don't want to do the late nights. I wanted to go out on the late nights. So I was like pharmacy by day in the morning, pharmacist working in the pharmacy student working in the pharmacy, and then the afternoons would be lectures, and then I'd also go out clubbing.
Okay, so it's a bit more of an unconventional route, right? Because most pharmacists, they do the usual A levels, apply for university. So you started work first, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bit more unconventional, but it's a bit of a harder barrier because now you're giving up work, right? You're giving up work to go study. So it's a bit of a step. So it's a bit of a ballsy decision anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I know you've only recently been qualified. It's only been like a year and a half, right? I've got
Yeah.
that right?
Yeah. So I
Okay.
qualified in January 2025.
Okay.
So I've been qualified almost a year and a half now.
Okay. And I recently, as I invited you on, I got your Instagram link, and I advise everyone to follow this Instagram because I think Jesse here may well be one of the coolest pharmacists I've ever come across. Because uh, as I went onto your Instagram, it's like some sort of Pepsi Max Instagram, right? You've got like you're jumping off like boats and stuff. You got motorbikes in there. You got DJ. You got everything going on this
Yeah.
Instagram. It's like super cool, right?
Yeah.
How did the whole and it's got quite a following, right? So it's growing and growing.
Yeah, it's growing.
How did this whole Instagram? Because you obviously you post regularly. You got a big following. You're doing a lot, so it requires quite a bit of commitment. So how did the whole Instagram thing come about?
Instagram, I was always posted anyway when I was throughout university, but I only made my account public when I started doing the presenting stuff.
Okay.
So I'm a big advocate of posting what you're doing and sharing my story and sharing my experiences, and mainly bringing people along on the journey with me and showing what can be achieved, because if you don't see what can be achieved, then you don't know. So I just like sharing like cool things that I do. So
Clearly grown from just sharing cool things. 'Cause first of all,
yeah.
you do a lot of cool things. There's a lot of cool things on there.
Yeah, riding motorbikes is
yeah,
the most
yeah.
recent thing that I'm doing. Yeah.
How did you get into this motorbike gig?
The motorbike gig. So, first of all, when I was at university, I already had 3 jobs. So, I was working in the pharmacy, I was working delivering pizzas for Domino's on a night.
Okay. Is that on one of the scooters?
No, I didn't do it. I did it in the luxury of my own car because it was winter and it was freezing.
Okay. Okay.
And then my third job, I was in the RAF. So yeah, I was
Anything
learning.
else?
I was learning to fly planes.
Right, okay.
So it was a lot, and then I was like, I want to do something else. And then I saw this advert on Facebook for a presenter for charity boxing matches.
Okay.
So I decided to apply for it. So you know where people train up and they do a 6-week course to learn MMA and then fight in the ring to raise money for cancer research.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, so
But I know now.
that's a thing.
There are probably easier ways to raise money for cancer research rather than,
Yeah.
rather than MMA.
Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah,
right,
it was pretty brutal and
Yeah.
entertaining to watch, I'm not gonna lie. So I was interviewing the winners for promo content, and the filmers were like, "Oh, you're really great at this. You could do this. We're working on another project. Do you want to do this and this and this?" So it all kind of snowballed from there. And then because I had something on camera of me on camera, I then used that to take it to bigger companies, and those bigger companies took me on because they're like, oh yeah, we can see that you're on camera, you look really good, you've got the experience.
Yeah.
And then I got my first job, motorsport job, in supermoto and mini motorbikes.
Okay.
So I was presenting and doing paddock interviews there, and then from there I went to the British Superbike Paddock, which is like pinnacle of motorbike racing in the UK, and then I was working for Honda Racing there, interviewing riders and presenting a series called Beyond the Blade.
Okay. Were you into motorbikes anyway?
Yeah.
So you must have been a big motivator because they're not going to hire a presenter who doesn't know what she's doing, right? So you must have known.
Well, funnily enough, Honda.
Funnily enough, I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, no, funnily enough, you're right. You're right. I didn't. And the way I pitched myself to Honda is that I said I don't know everything about motorbikes. I'm not a fountain of knowledge for motorbikes, but what I can give you is enthusiasm and a smile. And I want to ask the questions that all the newbies in the sport are thinking, but don't want to ask because they're too scared. And they loved my concept.
So when did you start that?
That would have been 2022.
Okay. And so that's clearly snowballed as well. So
Yeah.
you started that while still at university?
Yeah.
Do
Yeah,
you
I'm
have,
working
like,
3
do you have
jobs.
to, like, study? Do you have exams to do? How did you get time to party if you had all that going on?
I know. I'm just one of those people that takes things in. So
Okay.
I'm such a sponge. And yeah, I got good grades. And I just studied really hard. I worked hard, I play hard, and I'm just have to be busy all the time. So
Okay, so now you're a CrossFit presenter as well, right?
yes.
Now, are you big into CrossFit?
Yeah, so I started CrossFit like 3 years ago.
Okay.
And then I was doing CrossFit, and then I went to a few CrossFit competitions, saw my friends doing competitions, and then I thought, I'm a presenter. I could present this.
Right. Okay.
And then I actually started DJing CrossFit competitions because I learned how to DJ at uni.
Okay.
And then I was like,
Okay.
we could elevate this event with a DJ.
Yeah.
So I ended up befriending a DJs in the area, and then ended up CrossFitting, doing DJing at CrossFit competitions. And then from there, I was also like, hey, do you want an MC? I can MC this. And then before you know it.
Wow. Yeah. Just wow. Like, it just seems like in such a small space of time, whatever is coming up, you just seem to be taking it to a completely different level. Could you even MC? You had MC'd a little bit before?
I'd never MC'd before, but I was like, I can't offer you experience, but I can offer you enthusiasm and a big smile, and that was just my way in.
This is your little sales. This is
Yeah,
your
this is my
sales pitch,
pitch.
isn't it? Every time. Yes, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm really happy, and I'm going to give it my all. It's
Yeah.
like, sorry, that'll do.
This is it. And then they were like, all right, then we'll give her a chance. But it's been a lot of knocking on doors, I would say. It's been a lot of no's, and it's been a lot of knocking on doors.
Okay.
So I have been rejected a lot. But as soon as you carry on saying, like, I'm here,
Yeah.
people do give you the chance eventually.
You bug them to death.
Yeah.
I love it.
That is,
And it works,
I'm
right?
like, ding, ding,
Yeah,
it's me
yeah.
again. And they're like, oh God, it's Jesi again. Someone's got to give her the
Yeah,
opportunity.
yeah.
So that's what I did with Watsalona. And they were like, yeah, we're so glad that we hired you. Absolutely killed it. We loved you. And it was a really fun job. I loved it.
You fly out there a few days, MCing, DJing, coming back. This is quite a good pharmacist lifestyle.
Yeah.
This is quite so.
Well, you meet so many people.
Yeah,
And I'm a people person. And then in pharmacy, you kind of you're alone as a community pharmacist, and
Yeah,
it's nice to.
I was gonna bring it on to so once, like, I think pharmacy is great, right? But if I was doing what you were doing, I wouldn't think pharmacy is as great anymore, because if I could spend my time doing stuff, I can't imagine the dispensary being the most riveting place to be, right?
It's not as colourful as
Yes.
tropical Thailand, for example. I was there December, January.
I followed you on it. It's a bit.
I feel like you know my life.
It's a bit creepy because, like, as you posted on Instagram, I was following you, and it was like, number one, I thought, wow, she's actually really cool, right? Number one, she's really cool, and number two, I really want to go Thailand. Thailand look really cool as well. So you should have worked for their, like, advertising board. Yeah, their tourist board. I reckon I reckon you should bug them to death.
Yeah,
You
I
get a
should,
job
shouldn't
there.
I?
So yeah, it's great. I mean, I can't stress enough. You gotta follow Jesi's Instagram. It is great. Yeah. So pharmacy, back to pharmacy, boring pharmacy.
Yeah, we digress from Thailand motor tours
Yeah.
to pharmacy.
So when you come back, so where are you at the moment? What are you doing? I think you're hospital pharmacist now.
Yeah, so on top of all of the crazy things that I'm doing, I also got a promotion. So I'm now working as a clinical pharmacist at Spire Healthcare.
Okay.
So I'm one of their bank pharmacists. So it's been a lot of getting to grips with the hospital side of things because my background's mainly community pharmacy.
Okay.
So I've been really enjoying the hospital role. And then I kind of work in project basis. So I'll be like, right, I'm here for 2 months. I'll book all my shifts in, and then I just lock in pharmacist mode.
Okay.
Until I go away.
Isn't pharmacy a bit? It probably doesn't tickle you pickle, right? If it's after all that Pepsi Max stuff you've been doing, you'd think it's just a bit. It's a bit dry, no?
I think it takes a while to adjust because sometimes it feels like I have a double life.
Okay.
So it takes me a couple of days to get back into the flow, but I just slot back into my pharmacist self again.
Okay.
And there is a really rewarding path of pharmacist that I get out of it. It's helping patients and then making them feel like their health is important and we can come to a conclusion with their health and help them with their lifestyle. So I do really love that side of pharmacy, but as well I also love the adventurous, crazy adrenaline lifestyle that I have on the side.
Okay, so if you get busier on the adrenaline nuts side, right? If you get busy on that side, and as with pharmacy is, you're going to have to give it a certain amount of commitment as well. If it was either or, where would you veer to? Because you probably there's going to get to a point where you're not going to be able to do everything, right?
Yeah.
You know, pharmacy is a nice, normal, stable profession where you'll at least you've got your income's pretty much guaranteed for the month to month, pretty much.
Yeah.
Um, what do you reckon?
Yeah, that's kind of where I am at the moment with pharmacy. I feel like I'm coming to a fork at the moment.
Yeah.
And to be able to do everything well,
Yeah.
I'm starting to notice that I can't carry on like this. It's not sustainable, because I have to do 100% or nothing. So if it came to it, I would never leave behind my pharmacist registration. I'd always keep that active because, as you say, that is my bread and butter, and that's guaranteed work. But then the adventurous stuff, that could be, I'm very aware that lifestyle is not sustainable. It might not last forever because no one wants like a 60-year-old woman presenting a CrossFit championship, which
But
is
you'd move on, right?
yeah,
You'd,
yeah.
you'd probably move on to the way you're going. It's like whatever you think you're good at, you're just going to move on to it. By then, you'll be doing whatever 60-year-old women present. I don't want to even
Loose women.
Yeah.
Rather loose one or loose women.
So if I was you, like I think that whole side of it is so interesting. I've been in pharmacy for like 25 years, right? You should do whatever it is else you're doing because pharmacy is good. It's
Yeah.
fun, but it's nothing like that, right?
Yeah.
It's nothing like that.
It doesn't give you as much adventure, and I
Yeah.
think I'm a pioneer. I like adventure. I like to do something new all the time. I'm not a creature of habit. I don't like my routines. I like spontaneity. So I noticed that I'm at a fork at the moment, and especially at this point in time, I'm on the pioneering a new project at the moment. So I'm actually running my own motorcycle
Tour.
tours.
So you'll
Yeah,
be literally like
yeah.
driving.
I'll be running it with my partner. So
Okay.
he's the motorcycle racer
All right,
and the
okay.
logistics man behind it.
Okay, cool.
I'm the person that's doing the hosting, the marketing, the social media,
Okay.
making the brochures.
Okay.
I'm that side of it.
Okay, so yours is sales and marketing, and he obviously he's probably been on a million tours, right? So
Yeah,
he probably
yeah.
knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So motorcycle tour, your own motor. So what's it going to be called?
Send Zen Tours.
Sorry,
Send Zen Tours.
Send Zen tour.
So you send it
Yeah,
on the motorbike,
yeah.
and then you also zen it.
Funky.
Yeah.
Okay, is there anything out there like that? I don't know much about motorbike tours.
Not to the way that we do it.
All right. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So for us, we use a similar blueprint to Thailand Motor Tours. So we've
Okay.
been working with them for a few years now, and it's an all inclusive tour. So the riders don't have to think about anything.
Right. Okay.
They just turn up. They have the bike rented already.
Yeah.
We wake up in a new location every day. We
Yeah.
ride to a new location. You don't have to think about hotels, lunches, breakfast, dinners, coffee stops. Everything's included, and it's just enjoy the ride, enjoy the journey, connect with the people on your group. It's only a small group, so around about 10 people per group.
Yeah.
And then just take in the views and just enjoy being chauffeured, really.
You know, I've actually done one of these things, not motorbike, for a car thing. I've done a mod.
Oh.
Yeah, it's called Mod Ball Rally, and And it's similar kind of concept where you go from destination to destination, everything's sorted for you.
Yeah.
You just got your next check-in stop as such. It is a good laugh.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's great. It's great. And if you're into motorbikes, I can imagine this being awesome.
Yeah, well, it takes away the headache of having to do the logistics. It's just like, oh, well, you turn up with a group of like-minded individuals. By the end of the week, they feel like family, and you've made new friendships. And you just turn up and ride. So yeah, it's really fun, and we love hosting, and we love connecting people, and we love riding. So we wanted to merge the two together, and yeah, we called it Zen Tours because that explains our lifestyle a lot. Both of us are very active and busybodied and always doing something 100%, but then we're also very zen in the way that we are. We're mindful, we meditate, we're quite chill in that aspect.
Ooh. Is this going to be a European tour, or is this a UK tour?
So it's going to be the first ones are in Colorado. So
Colorado?
Yeah, America.
Keep it local, right?
Yeah, of course. I don't have to do things all the way.
Flipping heck. Right, okay.
And then we'll be looking at doing some in Europe. So my hometown, Spain, his hometown, Colombia.
Yeah. That's another thing. On top of all the other cool stuff, you also speak Spanish as well, right?
Sí, hablo español
también.
Yeah,
I don't know what that means. I was just nodding my head. Hopefully you didn't swear at me. But, okay, so...
I think that was on the waiver that I'm not allowed to swear at.
Okay.
You say all language.
Yeah. So you are Spanish, or you speak Spanish?
Yeah, so my mother's Spanish and my dad's English.
Okay, so you naturally spoke Spanish anyway, right?
Yeah.
So do you present in Spanish as well? How good is your Spanish?
Well, it's good enough to present a CrossFit championship in Spanish.
Oh, right. Okay, so when you went to Barcelona, you presented it all in Spanish?
Yeah, and the two languages.
You missed that bit out.
Sorry.
2 languages. Bilingual.
There was Marbella Championships that I worked the previous year to Watsalona, which is a smaller competition, but still big nonetheless. And we call it the giddy competition, because there's a lot of people that go on that competition. It's a weekend again, from the UK. So they wanted to try get more Spanish people to go to the competition, with it being in Spain.
Okay.
So my kind of project, and the reason why I was hired, was to interview the Spanish athletes, and then get them talking about it. So get them to share it with their boxes, the CrossFit boxes. And we did. We increased the Spanish intake for the next year.
Have you been hired again for the following year then?
No, they didn't actually. They didn't hire me.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the matter with them?
I know.
Yeah,
it's like
crazy. Like, what more could you have done? Right?
Well, I don't.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Okay,
but
so
we move on.
And you were in States on a, I don't even know what it was. It was like a bike Indy 500, right? What was all that?
Daytona.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So the last month I went to America, and I went to Moto America, and I worked with KYT.
Yeah.
KYT.
KYT.
It's the motorbike helmet company.
Okay.
So I got some interview content for their riders, and just essentially spoke about their journey, highlighting our riders there that are wearing the KYT lids.
Okay. So how did you get that? How did that come about?
Well, they're the personal friends, the guys that run the KYT company.
So you know them.
Yeah, we know them from Thailand Motor Tours.
Okay.
So that's how I got that job. It's essentially just like networking and contacts that you have.
Okay.
But once you start networking, somebody knows somebody that knows somebody else, and then it carries on spiraling.
Okay, and that's where the tour idea came from after that?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have to sell a certain amount of tickets for the tour before it's live? How does this work? Or have you started advertising for it?
Yeah, we've already started advertising. We're pretty confident that we're going to fill the first 2 tours.
2 tours?
Yeah.
How many have you got planned?
Yeah, two at the moment.
Okay.
And then we'll see how those go, and then carry on planning it as and when. So we'll just carry on doing new edition. So Zen Edition 1 Colorado, Zen Edition 2 Spain, and just go from there.
Okay, that's crazy. The pharmacy side of it, I can see this getting dropped quite quickly, because like you've got so much else going on.
Yeah.
we can't lose you, Jesse.
know.
Pharmacy side can't lose you. It's not. We need pharmacists like you to remain engaged. What's wrong with the pharmacy profession? Why can't you present something for pharmacy profession?
I guess
Why
I
don't
could.
you start a podcast?
Do you want me to take your podcast?
Yeah, I could take a break.
I guess the what I really like about pharmacy is I love the science and the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
I love the pharmacology side. I love the nitty gritty, the sciencey stuff. And in community pharmacy, I wasn't using that. So that's why I ended up branching out. I was like, right, okay, I need to get a hospital job because I want to be more clinical. So now I've got my hospital job. I am using my clinical knowledge more so because all the patients that we have in this hospital, it's a private hospital, it's elective surgery. So we have people that are coming for mainly knee replacements, total knee replacements, total hip replacements, breast surgery. We also have upper GI tract surgery, but those ones are the main ones that we offer. So now I'm an expert in anticoagulants.
But what about presenting job in the medical field? No.
Well, I've been looking at it, but again, I don't have the contacts in the pharmacy world because I've only been a pharmacist for 1.5 years, and I've been very boxed into either community and hospital, so I'm not being put in front of the right people to then be able to offer presenting abilities. Plus, I also want to feel a little bit more educated in my area of field, so I want to aim on specialising in women's health, specifically ovulatory disorders and menopause. So I want to work on that in the background. And then when I get to a level where I feel like I am an expert in that field and then do my IP, I want to do my independent prescribing in that as well, then it opens up opportunity for me to comment on it publicly.
No, I think you can do it anyway, you know. It's just like you're saying, like you didn't know as much about CrossFit or biking or MCing or DJing. You know a lot more about healthcare than you do. And if anything, I think, yeah, you're right. You've probably don't, people probably haven't contacted you because they didn't know that there was someone. If I say someone like you, that's not a bad way, yeah?
No,
They didn't know there
I
was
think
someone
that's,
they
I
didn't know
dig it. I dig it. Yeah, no, that's cool.
They didn't know there was someone like you out there. Because you're doing things different, because you're the way you approach things is different. It's very, the only way I can describe it is unpharmacist-like, right?
Yeah.
In a good way. It's unpharmacist-like, but you're probably thinking that maybe you can't do what you're doing in the healthcare field because you think it's probably not either not required, nobody wants it, or probably not the norm. But I think you're mistaken. I think this is exactly what healthcare needs. And I also think there's a lot more scope in healthcare, a lot more scope, because if you think about it, the way we present, the way in the healthcare industry, the way we present, the way anyone connects, it's not engaging, is it? Healthcare in terms of media is not engaging.
Not at all. And
You can change that.
I could, but
I've got other things to do.
no, it's not that. It's just I feel like maybe this is more of like a personal fear as opposed to what you can actually achieve. But I feel like with motorbikes and sport presenting, you can get away with saying certain things. So for example, if you realize that when I'm presenting the CrossFit, if I see the lane number 5 have already finished their snatches and now they're moving on to the worm, but actually it was lane 4 that got to the worm before lane 5 and I accidentally said that, people aren't gonna get me as much for that and be like, oh, it was just a slip of the tongue, that's okay. But whereas in the medical field, I feel like you're open to a lot more liability there.
You're overthinking it. I mean, I've been doing this podcast for about a year. I don't think half the stuff we say is probably wrong. Like, no one cares. You just get on with it, right?
I guess so.
It's like, it all depends on the type of presentation. If you're gonna come across as though you're from the manufacturer and this is then it's different. When it's going to be a bit more relaxed feel, I think there'll be a bit of leeway. You'll be able to say things that you think are correct. You don't have to be 110%. I think if anything, I think that's the direction you should definitely explore. And now you've been on the podcast, hopefully, if there's anyone out there who's looking for some sort of presentation work, yeah, looking for a presenter.
Yeah, I heard that the pharmacy show wasn't actually was a little bit disappointing. I didn't go to it, but disappointing in the fact that there weren't as many vendors there. It's not very engaging. So maybe I could be the plug.
Maybe. The pharmacy show, I think, has done stuff a lot more. A pharmacy is a bit more traditional, staid kind of field, right? You can't blame. It's the people that make it. It's the people at the show, and you've got to like you're right. It needs everything needs a shake up, right?
Yeah.
Because things are changing. It's not healthcare isn't like it was before.
I guess the way that I'd want to go with the pharmacy career more so is work as a remote consultant, because then that way I'm still being able to be mobile and doing all my adventurous lifestyle, but then also delivering healthcare to people on their flexible timescale as well. So I think that's the way that I'm going to. I just don't like being confined to four walls.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about being a locum pharmacist, because over the past year and a half, I have gone to so many different pharmacies, worked with so many different teams in so many different dynamics in different locations, some affluent areas, some areas that you see that the minor ailment service is being used a lot more. And it's been very eye-opening, and I think it's rounded me so much more as an individual to be more understanding and understand how people work, and I've been able to take things from this team and been like, okay, they've done that really well, they haven't done this one so well. So I feel like I've gained a lot of knowledge and wisdom from moving around so much that I don't want to give that up yet.
Well, I think with your current lifestyle, it's giving you the flexibility, right? So so it's probably you need to stick with it. Right? Stick with it. But what I would say is stick with it and try and apply some of the stuff you've learned outside pharmacy. Try and apply that in healthcare. You'll be surprised. I think there's a lot more demand for it than you think.
I think it's just finding that avenue and being put in front of the right people that can give that opportunity. Or I can just go and build it myself with my social media following.
Yeah, like I had to do. No one put me in front of anyone. I had to do it myself.
Yeah. And then look at you. You've got your online pharmacy. Like it's incredible. I see you've got prescribers as well. And
so like it's funny you mentioned when you mentioned the flexibility of online prescribing, we have them. So we have online prescribers who work their own times, their own gear, and we have a certain amount of times, and whoever wants to take it, if you're available, you take it.
Well, it seems like I'll just do my IP in September and come out with you.
Yeah. So that's always available. I think that side of the market's growing. Is growing
hugely. And I mean, I was running a weight loss clinic in one of the pharmacies that I was working at regularly before I started going back and forth to America. So I implemented the clinic and set up this weight loss clinic, including the follow-up, the screening, the questionnaires, and then administering the Wegovy Ozempic Mounjaro.
Not Ozempic for weight loss, by the way. But
no, it was semaglutide. And it was really interesting to see that I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that side of it, being able to help people in their journey, and using it with diet and lifestyle advice to see how they could come to a happier, healthier life. So that was really fulfilling. But obviously I had to let that go because I had to...
So many other commitments, right?
Yeah, I travel a lot, so I couldn't commit my every Tuesday and Thursday anymore.
You had to go to Thailand, you had to sit around on boats drinking cocktails.
Yeah.
And it's a hard life.
It's very difficult.
It's a hard life.
I was stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, all you wanted to do was be in a dispensary, right?
I know.
And you had to just fly around the world. It's a hard life.
Writing standard operating procedures.
So I've started my own pharmacy revolution. Pharmacy is going through a bit of a tough time at the moment. I think as generally as pharmacists, we're unrecognised, aren't we? Don't you think we're unrecognised in healthcare?
I feel like pharmacy as a profession is losing a lot of respect.
Yeah. Why is that, you reckon?
I think it's the way It's a difficult question. It's like a mix between everything. It's like a mix between how the general public perceive pharmacists currently, but for example, in the south, I think pharmacists are more respected. In the north,
You think so?
not so much. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because I feel like down south you're bringing in a lot more novel therapies and new ways of doing things,
Right.
and you're a bit advanced in terms of what pharmacists can do and offer, whereas in the north we're a little bit behind.
Okay, I think that's probably because of private services, probably.
Maybe.
Probably.
Maybe.
When the NHS isn't funding it, I think it's
Yeah.
hard. So, so pharmacy is going through a tough time. So I've started my own movement. So it's called Make Pharmacy Great Again. MPGA. It's like MAGA, but better. Yeah?
MAGA.
Make Pharmacy Great Again. Now, so everyone gets you get headwear, and I've only got bucket hats at the moment. Yeah.
Well,
I don't
vibe it.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'm not sure whether I want to ruin your hair. It looks perfect.
No,
it looks pristine
get
at the
it
moment.
on.
It looks pristine at the moment.
Look at this. MAGA, make pharmacy great
Yeah.
again.
So
I feel like I'm ready to go to a festival now.
yeah, well, you should be used to it. Do you want to get your DJ equipment out and like we're ready to go?
What do you want to start listening
Yeah.
to? I'll whack some.
Yeah.
I shall we fancy like chill house vibes today.
Hey, look, I'm not
Yeah.
cool. You could tell me the cool stuff. Yeah, you could tell me what's in right now. The 80s music I was listening to is not good nowadays. Quickfire. Oh, merch.
Oh, merch.
Loads of merch. The thing is, I give everyone merch, right? I don't know what they do with it. I never see a post on it. I never see anything. At least you finally got a social. I would like to see a post with merch.
I will certainly share your merchandise happily and gladly on
Yeah.
my social media.
Okay.
I'll take some little funky selfies and be like, guys, this is the brand where it's at.
Yeah.
And look
this
what
is where
else
it's
I've
all
got.
happening.
Look, I've got a pen. This will come with me when I go on the ward.
That's it. Perfect.
And then I'll get patients to sign the medication form with the pen, and they'll be like, "Oh, what's this
going on?"
pen?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Well, let me tell you, I was on a podcast." And what else have I got here?
I actually have no idea what they've put in there. What have you guys put in there? I don't know. I don't even know what's in there.
Oh yeah, it's a mug.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like Christmas.
Yeah. Have you got a water bottle in there?
I do.
Do you
Oh
have a
no,
water?
I don't have a water bottle.
Oh, we've got to get you a water.
I brought my own personal water
No,
bottle.
this. We'll give you one of these. This is the best.
Oh wow.
This is the best.
No, this is actually a really good water
It's
bottle.
actually really
How
good
many
water bottle.
litres is that? Oh, China.
Right. Come
It's
on.
got China litres.
We're in pharmacy, not
Nice.
finance.
Yeah,
It's
tell me
good.
about it. Oh, this is nice. Look, I could even put a carabiner on the top of that and then attach it to my bag.
Yeah, so like you're all set with the merch. Right, so now we get
Kicking
to quick fire round. This is really, really easy, Jesse. I have no idea what these questions are. They're AI generated, so I only get to read them now as well.
The AI.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. The
So-
AI revolution.
Yeah. The reason why is because everyone was talking about, so I get a lot of health tech people on.
Yeah.
And everyone's talking about AI. And I wanted to jump on the bandwagon
Yeah.
on the FOP just to be able to say AI. So the only way I could think of it was my AI generated questions. That's
I love
as,
it.
That's as AI as I get.
I love
Right,
how
okay.
pharmacy is just getting
Yeah, yeah.
AI incorporated.
Okay.
Great.
Okay. Israel or Palestine? Only joking.
I was gonna.
I would have got you there.
Oh. I'll
Only
tell you off
messing.
camera.
Yeah. With you.
I'm associated with
God.
France.
Right, okay. No, I'm only joking. Right, okay. Do you thrive in chaos or just survive it?
Of course, it's definitely chaos.
Yeah. How is this? This seems like it's geared towards hers. Like, the AI must know you. They must already have figured it out.
Definitely chaos.
It's definitely chaos. But somehow you give it some sort of order though as well, right?
Yeah,
There's an order beneath it.
I don't know how, but in chaos, I managed to segregate everything and order everything way better. When it's plain sailing, I'm like, something's not right here. Something's not right. And then I'll end up making problems out of nothing because it's too quiet. So if it's chaos, I can box everything together and streamline it, beeline. But
I think that's what probably makes you a good presenter, right?
Maybe,
because you
yeah.
you can You can just, like think of things just instantly. We'll go with the flow as such.
Perhaps. Yeah.
Okay.
Lift your hat up, please. A little bit, yeah. Okay.
You can do a little flap on the top, like a little
Flap?
sun cap.
I'm gonna look like one of them flipping. Need a string vest. Do I need a string vest or something?
You look like you're gonna go bowling in the greens.
If your life had a title, I'm assuming movie title. If your life had a title right now, what would it be? I've got a title for you.
I would love to know your title for me.
I think you'd be a Fast and Furious Part 8 or whatever we're on.
9 now. Or is it 10?
Is it 9? I don't know. Fast and Furious 10. This time it's got a whole... It's Jesi Moyano, the pharmacist. Do you know what I mean? I think that would be your title. What would you say? If your life had a title right now, what would it be?
I think just someone said to me recently, I said, I'll just add in another string to my bow with this hospital pharmacist job. And someone replied saying, it's not a bow anymore, it's a harp. How many strings do you have?
Yeah.
So maybe Jesi Moyano, the string harp theory or something.
Okay. That's too complicated. Someone's going to have
It
to
is.
explain that.
Or how about
Stick with
just-
Fast and Furious 10?
Or
Do you know what I mean?
tagline, where is she now?
Yeah. Okay. The next one. I mean, this is a bit boring. This one, but I'll ask it anyway. Move abroad or stay where you are. But you're in Hull, so this is not a difficult question, is it? Really, move anywhere or stay where you are.
I'm only staying in Hull because the pharmacist rates are good and there's no demand. There's no pharmacists in the area, so
rent's probably cheap, housing's cheap, right? Okay.
Yeah, and then you come down south, it's like wow, it's extortionate. It's like
it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
even a meal deal's like £3 more than average in up Hull.
Really?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So move abroad or stay where you are. So yours is probably stay where you are for the moment because of good value.
Yeah.
Otherwise, move. Where would you move to?
Colorado.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never been to Colorado.
Yeah.
What's it like?
It's the heart of America. It's high altitude.
Yeah.
Super friendly, very liberal
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
So.
Is that where the skiing, Aspen and stuff is?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, so super nice area is Aspen. It's I couldn't afford to live in Aspen.
Okay.
I couldn't go from Hull to Aspen. So way out of my budget.
That would have been a bit of a stretch, right?
Yeah. But it's famous for a lot of skiing. And then it's a very nice place, very hippie, chill, spiritual people.
Is that where weed's legalized there?
It is, and it's legalized in quite a lot of states.
Yeah. It's common thing in America, everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a bit weird because you go into their dispensaries and they're like little Apple stores and stuff. They've made it so cool, haven't they?
Yeah. It's like, wow, pharmacies in England could definitely take a few tips from these places.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Jesi, for coming on the Pharmacy Planet podcast. It's been great having you.
Thank you for inviting me on. It's been really nice just to chat about pharmacy and how I think the important takeaway message is that you can balance a lot in life, and it just depends what you want to achieve with your life. And if you're really determined and you want something, there's ways to do it. And pharmacy is a profession that's excellent. It's a professional profession. You've got a guaranteed job. You're respected sometimes with patients, depending on who the patient is. And you can really make what you want out of pharmacy. There's a lot of freedom there. You don't have to be boxed in a pharmacy. There's other things that you can do.
Well, you're really squeezing the most out of it anyway. So
Yeah.
you're doing good. If anything, everyone, follow her Instagram. It's well worth it.
Yeah, it's Jesi Moyano. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, or if they have the hype button enabled, click the hype button.
No one comments.
Make pharmacy great again.
Yeah, make pharmacy great again.
Jesi! Boo!